Good evening, everybody. I'm going to talk to you a little bit about the Planned Parenthood mass shooting. I guess you can call it a mass shooting, shootout in Colorado yesterday. Now, again, I'm going to keep to my promise and try to keep the swearing to a minimum. But first off, my prayers and condolences to the officer who was slain in the attack. May he rest in peace, and may his family find comfort in knowing that hopefully his death will not be in vain. Unfortunately, I fear it might be. So, we're back to the same rhetoric again. Now, they've arrested the shooter without incident, except for the shootout, of course, which the whole reason, this all went down. As the facts come trickling in, we find that he has a history of domestic violence. He was even arrested for being a peeping Tom, a violent pervert who went on a murdering spree. Sounds like a Democrat to me, but, that's just me, right? So, here's where we're at. Poor officer perishes in the line of duty, another hero gunned down. And instead of addressing the fact that this guy was either mental or... And let me be clear, the gentleman, and I use that term very loosely because he wasn't a gentleman, he deserves to die. The shooter, with his criminal history, was indeed a prohibited person from owning a firearm. Colorado already institutes the universal background check system, which should have caught that criminal history. But it didn't. Or maybe he didn't buy it legally. Though that information's yet to be released, so I'm not going to speculate. But without fail, your feckless commander-in-chief, President Mom Jeans, used this opportunity to, instead of discussing a real problem that we do have and trying to come up with a solution, gun control. That's his answer to everything, right? Before the body's cool, gun control. The more of these things start happening, the more I'm starting to see the bigger picture, I think. This may start sounding like a conspiracy theory video. Take it how you want it. I don't really give a hell. You really start looking at the chain of events that's happened since Obama took office. These mass shootings, which all conveniently are people who religiously vote Democrat. They're all liberals. Violent, crazy liberals. I know that's an oxymoron because they all go to the same sentence, but and all he can think of is gun control, gun control, gun control. Disarm the populace, which is really the only logical way to do it if you listen to what he says. Good luck with that, by the way. Then you start looking at the bigger picture. He endorses criminals in officer-involved shootings. Right, wrong, or indifferent, he always takes the criminal side. He has divided our nation racially. Him and his merry band of race-baiting poverty pimps, Eric Holder, Al Sharpton, Loretta Lynch, doing their part to try to divide our country. And now the Syrian refugees that he wants to let in, which will inevitably, I'm sure, lead to a domestic terrorist attack. And why would he do all that? This man wishes to be king. He wishes to circumvent the Constitution, which he does on every given opportunity. So what does he want to do? Martial law. If he can institute martial law, he could suspend the 2016 election. And therein lies the only flaw with the U.S. Constitution. The only person with the power to initiate martial law is the President of the United States, and thus the only person with the power to lift martial law is the President of the United States. We have the most distrustful, dishonest, treasonous president in United States history with that much power. People, open your eyes. We have a problem. He needs to be impeached and removed from office and thrown in prison. This is a criminal who wishes to wage war on the United States from within. Take from this what you will. You want to call me paranoid and delusional? Go ahead. If you want to keep your head in the sand and pretend none of this is actually happening, it's your right for now. But I'm telling you, mark my words, this president is out to destroy this nation. And he's doing a darn good job of it. Open your eyes. Get your heads out of the sand. America is at war with itself because of its leader. And I use that term incredibly loosely. He is feckless. He is a traitor. And before someone starts calling me a racist, I want to make this crystal clear. I don't care about his skin color. I don't care about where he's from. I've made this crystal clear. I look at the content of character, and his character tells me dangerous to America. It has nothing to do with the color of his skin, because Bush was a horrible, treasonous president too. But this guy's making George Bush look like George Washington. I have nothing else to say. Open your eyes.